Hola, you amazing artist. It goes a little something like this. I'm having a solo art exhibition. I'm having a solo art exhibition.
Rafi's tips for artists because he loves you.
Recently, I was lucky enough to have a solo exhibition and it was really successful for me. It was nerve-wracking. I felt like I didn't have enough time and most of the time I had no idea what I was doing. Luckily, along the way, I was able to figure a few things out, so I'm going to share that with you. Now, I had my solo exhibition in a gallery. But if you're not represented by a gallery, it doesn't mean that you can't have one. Basically, what you're going to want to do is find an empty storefront, preferably on a busy street somewhere. Contact the owner of the building and see if they'd be willing to rent the storefront to you for a couple days. Tell them that during that time you will do whatever repairs you have to do. You'll paint the building, you'll paint whatever to get it fixed up, and that you will leave it that way. A lot of times building owners would prefer to have it rented out for at least a little while so that they get a little bit more exposure. So don't be afraid to approach somebody that has a building, and you might be able to actually rent something for fairly cheap or even nothing for just a couple days so you could have your own pop-up gallery showing. Getting the venue is one thing, but having a successful show, that is a different beast altogether. The first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you have enough art to fill the space. What I recommend doing is maybe putting a series together of about 20 or 40 pieces or a couple of series together so that you have at least a common theme throughout the entire exhibition. You're going to want to name your exhibition and you're going to want to have the art reflect what it is that you named the exhibition. I also recommend that you have at least a couple of pieces that are possibly interactive, but most definitely showstoppers. Either something that people have not seen from you before, or just something that is going to blow their mind. Just these amazing works of art that don't really serve a purpose other than to intrigue and inspire people. Some way that you could put something in your show that is completely off the wall and different than what is in anybody else's show. This will make your show a memorable experience, so that way any shows that you do in the future, people are going to show up. The next thing you're going to want to do is write out the layout of your location. Take measurements, build little scale models if you have to. That way you know exactly what is going to go where and how the entire layout is going to be. This is really important because a good art exhibition, yes, they have art on the walls, but there is a flow. The most important thing is the flow. Walking in through the front door, what it is that you're hit with, and then the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. You want to really be able to visualize the flow of your work. Utilize corners too. You want to have these reveals when people go around corners. You want it to be something that around every corner they're like, whoa, that's awesome. Think of going a step beyond and really making this experience an amazing experience. A lot of times artists that are putting together an exhibition, the only thing they're concerned about is selling their art. Yes, your artwork is beautiful, and yes, they are going to admire your artwork, but give them something more. They are making it a point to come out to your show. Give them an amazing experience. The mood is set by the flow of the art, by the lighting, by the music, by the food that you decide to serve there, by the drinks that are there, and you want to measure that all out and make it all a very cohesive, fun experience. It's really important if you're going to have an open bar, you're going to have some kind of bar, you want to know where that flow is going to be. Where are people going to bottleneck? Where is it going to be uncomfortable for people to stand if they're standing in line for a drink? You want to pay attention to all those little details. Now, if you have all of that covered, I think that your show will be freaking amazing. But how do people find out about your show? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start advertising at least 2 months before the show. I'm talking about designing some posters, designing some flyers, passing those out, putting those in local businesses. Obviously, social media, you want to start posting social media. Writing a press release and sending it out to all the media outlets, that's a really good idea for your show. Go online and cover event calendars that are in your area. Most of those are free to fill out, and You know, it doesn't hurt. This is your art show, so think of some out-of-the-box, creative, crazy ideas that you could do to promote this show. Don't blow it up the first month. Just start doing a small trickle, and then the week before the actual show, that's when you really, really want to start announcing it. Now, this is important. Just make people aware that it's going to happen. Don't beg. Give them a reason to want to go to your show. Give them a reason to walk away and tell other people about it. You'll be able to kind of guesstimate like how many people are going to come. We guesstimated that there was going to be at least 200 people at my solo exhibition, and as it turns out, we had 500. Let them just go there and enjoy the work. Don't try to hawk your artwork onto them. Don't try to like sell them and make a deal with them. Somebody who falls in love with a piece, they'll buy it. So don't worry about selling your work. Just give them an amazing experience. Because that's what it's all about. It's about the experience of art. And they're there to experience your art. So enjoy the ride and thank everybody for being there. And that's it, guys. I hope that if you're thinking of putting a solo exhibition together, that this at least helped you somewhat. And if you have any questions or any tidbits of advice that you'd like to add, just put them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. And if you want to subscribe, you could click on my face to subscribe. Adios!